Alright, check it. We had 2 cops that were pretty much assassinated, murdered in New York City by a guy that came up from Baltimore. Allegedly, he shot or killed his girlfriend and made posts that he was coming to New York to kill some pigs or some cops or whatever. When I first heard the story, my first reaction was, I was like, wow, that's sad, you know, I feel for the cops and all that, because they were just sitting in their patrol cars, and they was just basically sitting there when the guy came up and shot him up. Now, if you told me that this guy did some research and found out where the cop that killed Eric Gardner or Michael Brown, and he went and shot them, my reaction would have been totally different. But because these were 2 cops that was basically just sitting there, and you know, they basically became casualties of war, I guess you could say. They were killed, and I was like, wow, you know, I felt really bad, like, you know, I was like, damn. And then there was this, I don't know, it was like, someone came out and decided to pay for the education of the kids of these 2 dead cops, and pay for the funeral. All this money that was basically generated through this tragedy given to the family. And I said to myself, you know what? I feel bad, but at the same time, where's a fundraising campaign for the guy that got shot in the staircase, basically killed in the staircase, just walking through the staircase, by a rookie cop that was afraid to do his job, that he had to, you know, walk around with his gun out because he's so afraid to walk, you know, do his beat and stuff like that. I don't know what that's about. Where are the people that are giving his family money, paying for his child or children's education, for him being killed? You know what I mean? It's like, I felt really bad that the 2 cops got killed, because I don't know, did they deserve it, karma? I don't know. I'm not gonna go in that area, but the story about these 2 cops being killed, and then there was an outpouring of donations, paying for their kids' education, paying for the burial and stuff like that, and then a cop doing his normal, I guess, patrol through a dimly lit staircase, felt the need that because of his fear of doing his job, he needs to have his gun out, and he needs to patrol with his gun out because he's afraid to do his job. Now, that type of cop we don't need, you know, in our neighborhoods, because how many other citizens that he's paid to protect, how many more is he planning on killing? Because right now, as far as I know, he didn't lose his job, he didn't get arrested. As far as I know, he's still on the job, a rookie. Now, when I freshly got hired on any job, there was something called the probationary period. The probationary period is supposed to basically evaluate you for 90 days, depending on the company, 90 days. And if you can't do your job within them 90 days, if they see, they evaluate you that you can't do your job, you're released from that company. Now, how is it that he broke so many rules? First, he shouldn't be having his gun out, all this stuff. And he was supposed to be patrolling with a senior officer, a training officer. This guy was training with another trainee. Now, how are 2 trainees going to train themselves to do, I don't know, whatever, right? So, he didn't lose his job and all that. Then, the top cop for the New York City police force gets on TV to announce that it was a mistake. The gentleman that was killed wasn't doing any criminal activity. He had a right to be in that staircase going through it. And he loses his life because of some rookie cop that's afraid to do his job. Now, this gentleman that got killed in the staircase, it would have been nice for once, with Eric Gardner and all these other tragedies that happen at the hands of police. It would be nice if a few police officers showed up at the funeral to, you know, basically show their respect. It would be nice if some money from the city was donated to the burial and to the child's education of the dead person that fell victim at the hands of a police officer. For once, I would like to see that. When these two cops was killed, oh my goodness, you couldn't, I mean, there was cops from other cities, other states coming out to that funeral. When a cop kills a citizen, I don't see not one cop, I don't hear about anything being donated to any of the families of the people that they killed. So my question is this: how do you feel if you're basically just walking through a staircase, or you get pulled over by a cop, and because he's afraid to do his job, he then kills you because he perceives you as a threat? He kills you, and it's like the top cop that's supposed to be about justice in our city. Oh, it was just an accident, and nothing else becomes of it. It really bothered me. It really bothered me for a minute that this guy actually was just walking through a staircase and gets killed doing nothing but walking through a staircase, and two cops get killed, and the whole city is paying for the whole family to I don't know, man. It's something that I think about, and it would be nice if the police commissioner at least went to the funeral, even after admitting that the cop not even mistakenly, he was just doing a patrol. He didn't get a call that, you know, there was a armed assailant in the staircase, therefore he needed to have his gun drawn to be popping anything he see moving in the staircase. No, he was just doing a routine patrol with his gun out. The cop, the police chief says that it was a mistake and this, that, and the other, or whatever. So you saying it's a mistake, police chief? Why don't you go and now attend the funeral? Why don't you have some kind of fund set up for his children? Why don't you put the city funds together to pay for his funeral? Because he was killed at the hands of one of your employee subordinates, people that you're supposed to be supervising. What's up with that? I'm just saying, I don't know. It's a question that I'm asking. Maybe I'm asking the wrong question. Maybe I don't have all the facts in front of me to say, well, maybe the city did pay, or maybe the rookie officer did lose his job. But the last time I checked, he was on desk duty. That's what I heard in the news, desk duty. Desk duty doesn't mean that he was fired. If desk duty is a form of reprimand, he's still collecting a check. He still have a job. I don't know. A probationary period means that during that probationary period, you're evaluated based on your performance to do your job. And if you can't do your job, you should lose your job at the very least. Now, criminal charges, jail time, it would be nice, because that man lost his life just walking in a staircase. Very sad. Very sad.